everyone, I am doing a video on the hits and misses of our homeschool curriculum for first grade. I have this cart in front of me here. It's a mess because of, the whole year. We'll see on top here. But yes, if anything is a little repetitive on things that I've mentioned in my previous few videos, then I apologize. But I just thought that it'd be nice to make a video where I just give all my thoughts all together, condensed into this one video. So if that's something that you're interested in, then stick around to watch this video, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with language arts. Okay, if you hear some background noise, my son is playing outside and the door is open. So with language arts, we went with these three. This is the spelling and vocabulary book, this is a writing, and this one was grammar. So this was a hit because these are all just really basic workbooks, and my son is really good with workbooks. He really likes when something's just straightforward and he likes to move on from there. He's not really like into arts and crafts or, like long discussions. He just wants you to tell him what it is and then just do the work and then move on. So in that case, in that sense, this worked really well, especially with the spelling and with grammar. I would say worked really well with that kind of workbook style. Writing was okay. It's just that when it got to like the paragraphs writing and stuff, and like the part where he has to be a little more creative with his ideas, I felt like it could have done better. This program wasn't maybe the best, and I felt like it could have done a little bit better with guiding him. And I don't know, we're gonna try a different writing curriculum for second grade, and it's going to have a lot more creativity involved, and it's going to include a lot of like arts and crafts type of things. So we'll see how that goes, because like I said, he's not really into that sort of thing, but maybe it will inspire him to have a little more fun when it comes to writing. With Soaring with Spelling, I really enjoyed it. I like the activities that they set out. It's really good repetition. However, I did get another one of the same curriculum, the same company for second grade, and then I already have it and everything, but I started doing some research, and the research just never stops. I feel like even after I completely picked out all our curriculum for next year, I was looking into Memoria Press, and I really, really like what I saw with their spelling workbook. And I like that they include, and I can't even remember what the word is. I'm going to put it here. I think it's pronounced brev. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I like how they show how to pronounce the words. They do a lot of teaching of like how to pronounce the words by looking at the like accents and stuff above the letters, above the vowels. So I don't know, that really sold me, and I wasn't thinking of because with Memoria Press's spelling, it comes with like several different workbooks to like work together with, which I don't think he needs all of those things. I was just thinking of simply getting the main workbook and none of their supplementary stuff. So I really think I'm going to do that and get that for spelling next year. And if it doesn't work out, if it's maybe like a little too intense, I'll go back to the Soaring with Spelling level 2. So yeah, that's my thoughts. And then grammar worked out really well, I felt. So we're going to go with the same company next year for level 2. This was kind of a miss when it came to language arts. I got this as a supplement because I wanted to see which one would work better. This grammar worksheet or this is more of like dialogue. It's like the opposite of a workbook. Like this doesn't really have them. Sometimes like towards the middle to the end of the book, then they'll have them do copy work, but that's as far as it goes when it comes to like actually writing something. It's very gentle, I would say, and just a lot of back and forth discussions, a lot of repetition. There's some memory work in here. He's just not for it, so this didn't really work out for him. But if that sounds like something that you think your child would love, then yeah, this is really affordable as well. So this would be a great, tool for grammar. It's only on PDF, but for writing, I had gotten Brave Writer. And so that one is more like, activities. It helps with the creative writing. And I thought it worked well. That one was just more myself. I didn't use it as much because we started using it really well in the beginning. But then throughout the year, I started focusing more on just using these workbooks and just getting through the year and getting it done. So, but yes, I do recommend Brave Writer as well. So yeah, that's just another thought. Okay, so this is something I've talked about before with my math videos, but for dimensions, I personally really enjoy dimensions. I appreciate that they teach mental math. They show different forms of mental math, like different options of how they can just picture it in their mind and like group the numbers in their mind. But because my son is very straightforward, I think the problems sometimes were just a little bit, sometimes they break it up so much and he just wants to get straight to, which I think, I understand it. I understand how they're really being thorough and trying to help them to solve the problem like each step at a time. No curriculum is entirely perfect, but this is still an awesome curriculum. They also have this book that it's the tests, and you don't have to buy this with it, but we haven't even used it, and I was thinking could be really good for extra practice as well. So throughout the summer, especially with the arithmetic, I'm thinking he can, use this book to just refresh, make sure he retains all that he's learned with addition and subtraction. We also just wanted to bring out that we had bought the printouts for 1A and B, and they were not necessary at all. We hardly ever touch these, so I just wanted to bring that out. If it's something though that you feel like you will totally use, then it's nice that they have it. But yeah, we didn't use it, just wanted to mention that. If you've seen my old videos, you already know I really love elemental science. We use the biology for the grammar stage this year. I'm gonna put a link if you want to see like just a full video on like flip through and just my thoughts on it. But I absolutely love this. Is just my favorite curriculum ever, just of all subjects. Science is his favorite subject. I think that definitely contributes to our love of this curriculum. This is the student workbook. This is where he will write his notes. He writes the notes, and then he also writes what he learned in the demonstrations. Charts, diagrams, and then it comes with the textbooks, the encyclopedias. So yeah, we look forward to using this again for next year. Next year, we're going to be learning astronomy and earth science. All right, with History Quest, this was a miss. I just thought it was a little bit too advanced. This was the main spine textbook, and every lesson, it was very wordy. There was a lot of the history they would bring out was on the wars, and I wish we could have just learned more about the people and the culture. But I understand that that's, a very important thing for historians, the right people of that time period. If they wrote anything, it would have been, their accomplishments. A lot of times that was winning wars or whatever. But still, I just wished he could have learned a little bit more of like the culture and the people, and focused a little more on that. The encyclopedia probably could have done that, but even the encyclopedia, I didn't really pull much out of it. I really like the DK encyclopedias. Maybe that, I don't know if they have one for history, but that maybe would have been a little more interesting. I like how they write things out and make things interesting for kids. Or maybe it's just that history possibly isn't his favorite subject. He just didn't have much interest for it. Maybe that also contributed to, the lackluster of this curriculum. We also use this notebook from School Nest, which was great. I thought this really helped us to just put everything, all his notes together. We would just cut out whatever pictures or activities and paste it in here, and then he would write his notes. So that worked well with it. Maybe this would do better if, like, for fifth graders, but I just don't see us ever coming back to this personally, because of what I said about, like, the content. It wasn't my favorite. So next year we're going to try Curiosity Chronicles. We already have the books, and I'm excited to try that. And here's the art main book. I really try to get him into art, but it just didn't. After the first couple lessons, I can see it was just pulling teeth. He just is not an artistic person. I mean, he is, but not like the pencil, paper, painting type of art. He's very active, so he would prefer learning something like dance or acting. I don't know. That's more his vibe. Sorry for all this background noise. But you know, we tried and it's just not for him. So because it's art and I know there's so many different forms of art, I'm not going to push it. So next year we're not going to try, you know, this type of art. But maybe, you know, we'll stick with music lessons. I'm going to put him in drumming. I'm going to continue the drumming lessons. And is there anything else? No, the other one's more like PE. He wants to do gymnastics again, but we'll see. So yeah, that's it for, you know, all the curriculum. Now, I don't quite have it in front of me at the moment, but we also did a lot of reading. We did a lot of chapter books, and that was for the most part a hit. Like everything that we chose, all the chapter books were good. I'm gonna do a separate video though on that and just show all the books that he read and that he enjoyed, and you know, hopefully that could be a nice informative video just to kind of give ideas of what books might work for his age and for, you know, boys or, you know, whatever, for any children. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video though. So thank you for sticking around and watching till the end, and I will see you. Sorry for all this background noise. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.